Hi guys, good morning. Well, it's morning here. It might not be morning when you're watching this video, but I am having a good morning. I'm having a great morning and I'm gonna have a great day, and you can watch the video to see why. I'll talk about that later on in the video. Today's video, I'm gonna be doing my everyday makeup routine, and I use pretty much all drugstore products. So this is just a great video to help you if you are wanting to get into makeup, but you don't really know what products to use, and you don't want to go out and spend like $800 on new makeup. All of these products are affordable and work great. So continue watching if you want to see how I got this everyday look. My name's Janelle, and I appreciate you clicking on this video to watch it. The first thing is clipping the hair back to get out of her face. I gave my self bangs a couple months ago now, and they're like growing in and just not like ideal length right now. So they're really annoying. So I've already washed my face, and then I put on my toner, exfoliator, and then I also use jojoba oil. So I get a big bottle of it, and then I just put it in this little test tube so I can have a little bit of it. So I've already got that on my face, and now I'm going in and doing my brows first. So I have been using this product from Wet n Wild for my brows. It's in 963 Ash Brown, and I use the middle color. Also, I don't know if the lighting looks cool for you all, but I think it looks really cool right now, but it'll go away eventually if you don't like the lighting. But anyway, so then I just use this brush. I will say I use Morphe brushes, so I guess it's not all drugstore, but I have a mix of brushes though, so I do have some drugstore brushes. And I really like the e.l.f. and the Wet n Wild ones. If you're looking for a drugstore brush, I think those two are great. So I use this brush for my brows, and it's angled, so I just go in and I just kind of like trace the bottom of my brow first. I got my brows microbladed probably like 3 years ago, maybe 4, probably 4 years ago now, and I miss it. I never got them retouched, and you can still see a little bit of the microblading. I do want to do it again eventually because I just don't like my brows. I feel like they just never look the same, and this is like my least favorite part of doing my makeup because I feel like I just don't do my brows good. And then for this part, I just take the brush and go like upwards and just kind of make like upward strokes with it. And then I'm going to do the other brow off camera. Brows are done, and then I go in with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealer, and it's in the shade 122. I love this concealer. I've been using this product for years. This concealer is great, but I'm on the hunt for like a new concealer. I'm just getting tired of this one. Then I use this really flat brush, and I just blend in the concealer. I have no idea where I got this brush from. I feel like it's just from like a random like company from TJ Maxx or something like that. Then I like to go up to the brow and just kind of like trace it, and right under it, and do the same thing. Eyes are prepped, and then next is eyeshadow. So for my everyday kind of look, this has been a palette. Obviously it's very used, it's cracked, but this is from Makeup Revolution, and it's just a great product for so many different nudes, and there's like some pinks in there. Like it's great. And then there's also some glitters in there too. I'm gonna go in with like kind of like a light brown. So this color, as you can see, is very used, so I'm gonna go in with that color first. And I'm just gonna put it in like the center of my eyelid. And I'm just using like a small kind of like packing brush, and I'm just gonna put it right there, just like that. It can look like a little rough, that's okay, because I'm gonna fix it, I'm gonna blend it. So then I'm just gonna take a darker color. I'm kind of thinking maybe this one, probably like a mix, maybe this one and that one. And then I'm just gonna put that in the like outer part, just so that it is darker. Let's go a little bit darker. And you know, that's the cool thing about makeup. Like, you can play and have fun with it and do whatever you want. Like, makeup doesn't have to be serious. So I'm taking this huge fluffy brush and I'm just gonna blend it out, because right now it looks really crazy. If you think you're bad at eyeshadow, you just need a big brush and you just need to blend it, and then it's gonna look amazing. Like, you don't need to look at makeup and be like, oh, I can never do that, because yeah, you can. Like, anyone can. You're just painting your face and you can do that. I'm gonna get really crazy and do even darker in this corner. Okay. Now I'm just blending it out. And then I'm gonna go in with this BH Cosmetics palette. As you can see, this is very old and worn too, but I love it. It's the Foil Eyes 2. I don't even know if they still make this because this is so old, but the glitters in here are so like pigmented and beautiful. So I'm gonna be using this one, and it's kind of like a pinky color. And I'm gonna be using this brush. It's kind of flat. And then I am just gonna put that into my inner corner. And it just makes the eyes pop so much. Look at that already. It's so beautiful. Just makes the eyes like wake up. All right, I've packed that on there. And then can you see how it kind of like doesn't blend like seamlessly like I want it to? So I'm just gonna take this brush. It's kind of like a bigger brush, fluffy, and just kind of like blend it together, just like that. All right, and then I'm gonna go over and do this eye, do the same exact thing. And while I'm doing this eye, let me tell you all why today is a great day. So yesterday was my last day at my old job, and I am so excited. I still feel like on edge and like stressed out from it. Hopefully that goes away soon. I was working a very, very stressful job. It's a very stressful job. The hours were insane. It's working with people who, you know, are high needs and who are vulnerable, who need help, but a lot of them don't want help. And it's just, it was a lot. Like yesterday was my last day. The hours are supposed to be 9 to 5, and then we get an hour lunch. But yesterday I worked 9 to, I think it was 9:30 at night, with no lunch. Like, that's the kind of stuff that was happening, and it just, like, that happened every day. Like, I very rarely got a lunch. Obviously, they're like, they have to give us a lunch, and they talk a lot about like, you need to take your lunch, like it's the law, take your lunch and everything like that. But the lunches were an hour unpaid, and so when I would take my lunch, like I would just feel guilty because I would be thinking like, I have 8,000 other things to do right now. Like, I don't want to take my lunch because I need to do all this other stuff and I just don't have time to take my lunch because that is an hour where I could be working and could be doing something. And because the hour lunch was also unpaid, so we were technically working 7 hours a day. So then I also just screwed myself over a lot because I was working 8 hours, and then sometimes like I wouldn't even count my lunch, or I would count my lunch when I didn't take it, and it was a lot. Just like a lot of driving and traveling, and it was just way more than I thought it was gonna be. So I quit. I mean, I gave them a 2 weeks notice. Obviously, I didn't just quit like out of the blue. But yeah, I'm still feeling like stressed from it. Like it was a lot. And then, so today is Wednesday, so I am not working today, obviously. And then Friday, I start at my new job. I start orientation for Friday. So I'm excited, and I just hope that it's just a better environment. I mean, it already is. I get to work from home. I get to not have to like go out and go travel a lot. And it's normal hours every day, which is going to be huge. And it's also just not dealing with as, I guess, pressing and serious issues as I was before, if that makes sense, because at my old job, just everything was an emergency. So I'm very excited. Like I said, it still just doesn't feel real to me. It feels like I'm still like stressed out and in that like constant state of like panic because something is gonna go wrong soon. But I'm just excited to put that behind me and start fresh and new, and fingers crossed that this job is going to be the one for me. Next, I'm going in with, oh no, this isn't a drugstore. This is, well, I mean, it's cheap. So it's from Ulta Beauty. It's their brand and it's cheap. I don't know how much exactly it is. It's a liquid eyeliner. I like liquid eyeliner. I know some people are like kind of scared of it, but it's really not that bad. I like a felt tip like this. I think it's just easier to control. So I go in with this, and I like to start like in the middle of my eye, kind of like right there. And I just line the eye like that, and then do the inner corner. All right, just like that. And then I'll go ahead and do the wing. So I just go and take it from right here, do a line, and then right here, do like a straight kind of line. So it looks like that, and then you just fill it in. Or like that. So it looks like this. And I will say, oh, I don't like that. It looks very like pointed down, which I don't like. So let me fix that. All right, so I did this one. I feel like this one's a lot better. When I don't like my eyeliner, I just take a makeup wipe and just kind of like wipe at it and just fix it to where I don't want it. Because now this one's like really intense and long and kind of a little, just not what I wanted right now. So I'm just taking it and wiping it. I feel like that's exactly what I want. So now I'm just gonna go in and fix it like right there because I wiped some of it off. Perfect. Eyeliner is done. And now I'm going in with mascara. I wear false lashes every day, and so usually in the morning when I'm getting ready for work, I'm kind of pressed on time. So I do things to save on time. So I go ahead, before I put my mascara on, I get my false lashes ready. So I'm using the Kiss eyelash glue, the strip lash adhesive with aloe, and it's clear. And the key to false lashes, I see people tell me all the time, they're like, oh, I can never do that, it takes so long. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. It's so simple. I've put glue on here, and then I just let it sit on my vanity and just sit, because with the glue it needs to be tacky, so you need to let it set and kind of dry a little bit before you can put it on. If you just go in and try to put it on with the glue that's wet, it's going to be a hot mess. It's not going to work. So just going in with and letting it dry, it's going to do wonders. While that is drying, I go in with my mascara. I'm using the Wet n Wild Mega Length mascara. It's okay. I will say Essence mascara is probably my favorite, and I think they're like $4 or $5. I get it from Ulta, but this one's okay. I think Essence is better. I curl my lashes, and then I just do like one coat on my top lashes. Just like coat it all through. Then I go in and do my bottom lashes, and I am very messy with my mascara, which is one reason why I like to do eyes first, because you get fallout from your eyeshadow, you get mascara on your eyes underneath, so like it just makes sense for me to do my eyes first. Same thing with these. And bottom. See, look at this mess. We've got like eyeshadow, fallout, mascara and stuff. So I just take that makeup wipe and just wipe under my eye and fix all of my mistakes like they were never there. Now I go in with primer, and I've been using the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. It's just a little like kind of travel sample size, but I got the 3 different primers. So I got the e.l.f. Luminous and Putty, and then the Matte Putty Primer. And I got these from CVS, and I know that they kind of like went viral, and I wanted to try them all. So I think that they're really great if you want to kind of try them all. And there's a decent amount in there, so I just use like the back of my finger and then just wipe it in all over my face. And typically I don't wear foundation on an everyday makeup, but if I am gonna wear a foundation, I like to use the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter, and I love it. It makes me look so shiny and pretty, but I like to mix it with another foundation, because I think this one is a little, it's not as pigmented, but it's definitely like buildable. But I like to mix it with either like this, the Maybelline Fit Me, or the Wet n Wild Photo Focus, I think, yeah. And then I also have a Maybelline BB cream. I don't see that though, but I like to use that sometimes too. So I'll just kind of use a mix of foundations, but they're all drugstore. Now I'm gonna go in with my concealer, and I go under my eyes, and then I've had a couple of like breakouts, and I don't know if that's like from stress from this job, or like if it's just like the weather changes and stuff, but I'm gonna put some concealer on those spots, just right there. And then I kind of like let that set for a little bit, and while that's setting, I put my lashes on. And these are not the lashes I typically wear. I typically wear the Ardell Wispies. I forget the number. I think it's like 117 maybe. But these aren't those. I used my last pair the other week. I need to get more. So with lashes, they're really simple. I just put it on in the middle and then connect it to this side and then do the inner corner. And that one's done. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing that I did where I let the glue dry on this one. And while that's drying, I'm going in with my beauty blender. I just spray it. This is just water. And make it a little damp. I don't like when they're really wet. And then I'm just blending in this concealer. Concealer is blended, and then I'm going in with this Wet n Wild Photo Focus translucent powder. I was like, what is that? And I just have this little baby beauty blender. It's adorable. And I just tap some in there. I think a powder under your eyes is so necessary if you're using a concealer, because if you just use a concealer, it's going to crease. It's gonna just kind of wear off. But going in there with a powder really helps with the creasing. I look a little crazy right now. Like the side of my face is like, hi, hello, I'm doing great. And the side's like, I'm struggling. Next, I'm going in with this e.l.f. Halo Glow contour. And I see a lot of the times on like TikTok, people are like, oh, you need to put your contour like clear up here. But here's the thing, people have different face shapes, and depending on your face shape is where you should put your contour. But also, like, it's your face, and put your contour wherever you want it to, and like test it out and be like, okay, if I put my contour clear down here, like what's that look like? If I put it right here or up here, like test your own face out and see what you like. Like, you don't need to do what people on TikTok are telling you. For me, I just follow like my natural like cheekbone, I guess. Just do this, and that's what I do. Then I've recently been using brushes to blend out my cream products, and I love them. This is a BH Cosmetics brush, and so I just kind of dab and just kind of blend and go back and forth with it, just like that. And then do the same exact thing on this side. I like to take a beauty blender and just kind of take it and like go straight up with it to get if I like got it down too low, just like that. I'm gonna go ahead and put on my eyelash. I put it right on, just stick it on. It's kind of stuck like in the middle, and then I take the outer corner and stick that on. The outer corner's on, and then lastly I stick on my inner corner. And using tweezers makes it so much easier. I've been doing my eyelashes for 5 years now, and I still use tweezers just because it's easier. And then I'm just going to take this little baby beauty blender and wipe away all the product that's up here, all the powder. And then this is another thing that may not be, what is this? Wonder Beauty. I don't know exactly. I think I got this from my BoxyCharm one year, but it is also taped up and struggling. There's like barely any product left in here, so I'm really trying to use it up. But I just take this brush and go in with it. And so I guess this isn't a drugstore product either, but I think the e.l.f. blush like this is great. I like using cream or a liquid blush and contour. Like, I think it just looks a lot more natural. When you put on powder, I think it just doesn't blend in your face as easily as like a cream or a liquid does. Kind of go in with it, and as you can see, I just kind of like stipple it on my face. And then I like to go in and just add a little bit more contour, just kind of like right there, because sometimes the blush kind of like overpowers it. So just a bit more right there. Highlighter, I've been using the e.l.f. Halo Glow. And I love a highlight on my nose, so I put that on there, and then I put some dots right there. And I go in with a beauty blender for that. And then this is when I spray it with my Morphe setting spray. So this is also not a drugstore setting spray. And I only use this because I like the way it's like an aerosol rather than like a spritz on your face, because I feel like the spritz is like intense and like hits you hard, but this is like soft and calming. And so I'm just spraying that all over. And then I blend out my highlighter. These are some of like the finishing touches that I like, that I think just adds more to it. So I'm going back in with that little brush here and going back in with that same eyeshadow color, and then I like to just pop it in the corner here. Like, it just adds so much. Like, look at that. And then you can put some too, like right here under the brow. I've got a little bit more, I'll put it right here. If you want to get really crazy with it, I like to do, I'll just take like a really thin brush and then just go in with like the same like tan colors that I used and go under the eye. I think that does amazing. So let me do that. Taking this brush, which is like a flat brush, and I'm going in with that color that I put like in the middle and just lining under like the lash, the waterline right there. I think this is like such a simple thing that just takes your makeup to the next level. Lastly, I like to go in with the Ulta Beauty Brow Gel. I like saving this for last. One more spray. And then I take this beauty blender and just pat everything in. And I think this is like, this does wonders because it just blends everything in so well into the face. All right, we're done. This is the finished makeup look using drugstore products. I appreciate you watching this video and have a great day. And remember that God loves you. Bye.